There will be, they will definitely purr for you.
Oh gosh. I know. Hey, you got kitties here.
Yeah. You have kitties here. Boy, do we have kitties.
I
We say
know.
hello to the kitties before we say hello to you.
Yeah.
I'm used to that too.
Oh.
That happens.
Our world traveler is back.
I know. Oh my gosh. Good, good.
Good to see you.
I know we have 2 extra attendants.
I know. Have you guys been practicing?
They've been teaching.
Good. Good. That's important.
Master Joe used to always say, look at the animals.
Oh my God.
Observe what
Yeah.
they do. And of course said cats teach us about empty stepping,
Yeah.
among other things.
And they all just live in the moment.
He used to do push hands with his goat.
Really? Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean by push hands?
Yeah. Yeah. Rick had demonstrated it for us at one of his workshops.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
I never took, any of the courses on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was at that same one because I'm the same way. I've never taken it, but I remember.
It was at the
When we were-
O-Line Senior.
Yeah.
It was the senior center, yeah, and he
Oh,
had
was
come
it?
in. Or at least was it?
That was an
O-Line?
early one, if you were at the senior center.
Yeah.
There was
Yes.
another one, didn't you do up at this other woman's house over in Old or Lyme? I remember driving through this.
I have been at the lake, hall there instead of the senior center
Okay.
for the last, over a year, because they've been doing massive renovation of the senior center.
Okay.
It's not completed yet.
Yeah, it is.
It is completed.
It is completed. They opened, gosh, it's been over a month, I think.
Oh, wow.
So, and Joanna's in Vermont, I think. She was doing a 1-week training with some group and then taking a week for herself.
It's good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Now, if that isn't a Zen pose.
Absolutely.
Totally.
Absolutely.
That is adorable. Oh,
Oh, and
and
Bill I talk to from time to time, and he's doing okay. He's
Yeah.
not doing great. He must have told you he had. It wasn't a heart attack. I don't exactly know what went on, but he had in effect, a severe heart situation arise, and he now has to wear apparently a machine, a small one, attached to his belt, which circulates something through 2 ports that go into his body, and so he's he's not. I mean, he has gone out and done a couple of things, I know. I haven't seen him yet, but he has to change the liquid in the whatever it is every 2 days, so he's really tied down to that. I don't know, it's apparently his wife Jean, who is really wonderful, and I had a long talk with this week, said that this whole situation has made them aware that they are both going to die at some point.
yeah.
And it has changed a number of things in their lives, I think. That's not a bad thing to be aware of. just not dwell on it, perhaps.
Right. Well, when you speak to him next, David, would you give him,
Oh, I will.
best regards? I mean, I took the course, 8 Gates.
Yeah.
Bill, was with Joyce and
Yep.
it was fun, with that group.
Yeah, I did. I did another 8 Gates group that went on for about 3 years recently, in which we got even much more deeply into that practice.
Yeah.
It's a great training. So, you seem very calm and quiet. Your travels were good, I gather.
They were fabulous. It was definitely a trip of a lifetime. It was
Cool.
Yeah, it was something that was the beauty of this place. It's the far northern region of India, Ladakh, and I think it and Kashmir are now under Indian rule, but they haven't been for a very long time. And it's up in the mountains, so it's never had easy access. So it's really only been accessible for those who are not the most hardy to travel up and over these mountain passes all the way to get there for like the last 20 or 30 years. So it's very, very much distilled in its culture, and it's very different from southern India. Very, very different than southern India. Even from the dress, from the it's closer to Tibetan culture and Tibetan things. Everything is Buddhism. I mean, the prayer flags like this are everywhere. I mean, even people would put them in their cars and string them between their handlebars on their motorcycle, and on the bridges going over the river, they were just plastered on, so many of them on either side. And their philosophy is that you want the wind to blow it, so you're blowing the prayers to everybody.
Nice.
It's just this beautiful idea, this encompassing of the other, really, that was just so fabulous. The whole thing of the Tonglen. I don't know if you've heard of Tonglen practice. Is basically, and this is something that the Dalai Lama does with the Chinese. He takes in their suffering and breathes out back his happiness. And apparently he's been doing that since Chinese took over Tibet. He's been doing that. He'll do hours worth of that practice for the Chinese. Just because, that's, nobody gets anywhere significant if we all don't. And that's kind of their attitude. That's so impermeated into their culture. It's just foreign thoughts for them to think of, oh, well, me. It's like, me to help you. You think of you, but it's in relationship
To what you can do for others. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just beautiful. It's just amazing. So we got to see the Dalai Lama's summer palace. We went in and had a session in his prayer room.
Ooh, neat.
Yeah, that was great. The energy in there was just amazing. And then he did arrive there a couple days before we left, but security, because his travel, he needed rest, and his security and his schedule.
Well, it was a big birthday celebration that was taking place, so I wondered if you were going to encounter anything, involved with his birthday celebration.
Well, his birthday celebration he did in Dharamsala, where he lives year round most of the year, and that's quite a ways from where we live.
Okay, so yeah.
So that was quite a ways. So he did his birthday celebration there, and then that was on the 6th, and then on the 12th he flew to Leh, where we were in the dock. And so he, between the travel and the birthday and everything like that, because I said, do you think we can even just get on the grounds and meditate on the same grounds that he's on when he's there? They're like, I don't think so. But So I had to ask.
You know, that was for me one of the high points when we were in Tibet the first time. We went to the summer palace, and they let our whole group go into the meditation room,
Okay.
and we sat down and meditated there, and I swear 25 people were in tears by the time we stopped. It was such a powerful experience, and painful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Painful.
Yeah.
Did
But
you
it
ever
was-
meet him, David? Did you ever meet him?
Oh no, he was long gone, and he should not be there, as
No.
the Chinese would.
Oh, this was when you were in China. You're talking about.
Yeah, the first time I
Okay.
was
Okay.
well, I went to Tibet both trips, but in 2001, the first trip.
Yeah. His security is so tight.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
it has to be.
We were in his audience. The Jain group that Rick is a part of was very closely associated. Rick's guru was when he died. Dalai Lama said, "This is my brother." You know, they were that close. And so when the Jain group offered an award of some sort of an honorarium to the Dalai Lama, he accepted, which he gets offered a lot, and he doesn't accept all of them. So we were in Toronto. He had a week-long teaching that he was doing in Toronto. And the first time we were in his audience, he was in the Sky Dome, the baseball, and he was like this tall. We were sitting up in this nosebleed. The energy that he brought out, I was literally lost. I mean, I got out of there and I couldn't have found my way out by myself. You know, it was just, he just has that kind of energy that he
It
exudes.
is unbelievable.
It is. It really is. And then the day that he accepted the award, it was a smaller auditorium, maybe 200 or 300 seats in it. So it was much smaller, but we had to be there and in our seats an hour before the program because of security. They had to check everybody. We had to have special invitations. It was really, really tight. This was 2004, and so very, very tight security. And it was interesting. We're sitting there, because we had an hour to sit in our seats and chill. So we're just sitting there chatting. All of a sudden, Rick and I just kind of look at each other and go, "He's in the room. He's in the house." We didn't see him, but we could tell. We could just feel his energy, and we both felt it at the same time. And sure enough, pretty soon, the monks that are part of his entourage came and sat down in their seats, and then it was an amazing weekend, because he does so many practices. He's done so much that I think it's just kind of 24/7. It's just, his body just does it. It's just, yeah.
I had the fortune to be, I think you must have known, I must have told you this, but I had the good fortune to go and work at a week-long training that he did, teaching he did in New Jersey.
Mm.
And at the first day, fortunately, because we were working, we had seats very close. I was in the 7th row.
Wow.
Yeah. And the first day when he came in, the impact of the energy was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And this was there were 5,000 people, and the whole place changed when he walked in. It was, and you're right, the security is just amazing. So I was really surprised at the end. There's a picture over there of it. He came around to. We all went. All the people who had worked there, and there were a lot of us, but we were in our separate groups, whatever the jobs were that we'd done. And he came around from group to group and personally thanked and talked to us. So I was like this close to him.
Oh my God.
And it was like, oh, I don't believe this.
Yeah.
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 So,
Yeah.
it's just, that was a big moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just amazing. He's really.
And his security has to be like that because I think the Chinese would kill him if they had a chance.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely. You know, it was amazing that he got out.
The trip out.
I couldn't even imagine. Having gone into those mountains now, it's even just in a car,
Yeah.
it's a difficult journey.
Yeah.
You know, because the roads are these switchbacks up and over these mountains. We went over a mountain pass that was 18,000 feet above sea level.
Yeah.
I mean, you're sitting at the top of the world,
Right.
and from where he was, you know, and they were on horseback.
They were on horseback.
That's how
Not
he-
all of them.
That's how he
That's
escaped.
how he escaped?
That's
Oh,
how he
yeah.
escaped.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
In the middle of the night.
yeah. He had to
Because
dress
the
up.
Chinese were coming for him.
He had to dress up as a peasant
Uh-huh.
and disguise himself, and they smuggled him out in the middle of the night.
Just,
Yeah. He didn't want to go.
no, he didn't.
He didn't want to go. He wanted to stay and negotiate. He had been trying to negotiate, and he thought he could do that. And
But
then
he wasn't making any headway.
no, no.
Whatever he thought he accomplished, they would reverse as soon as he was out of sight.
Yeah, yeah. And his advisors and an oracle apparently finally said,
Yeah.
you would have a greater impact to go in exile. And he has. I mean, you think about it. If they had actually killed him, where would we be? What? We wouldn't. You know, Americans don't pay attention to that.
No.
The rest of the world wouldn't have paid attention to that.
We didn't pay very much attention to what the Chinese did to the Tibetans to begin with.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's not why we're here. It's too easy to get into talking about all this.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
But it's fine. I think it all is in reference.
Well, you know, the biggest thing is that you have to have the good with the bad, like you were saying. It's one half the whole. You have to have both sides, and you know, make out of it what you can. Yeah. Are you recording?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
This whole conversation has been recorded.
Okay. I
You
should have
wanted
pulled
this-
out my phone and brought pictures.
You wanted that conversation.
Does not matter.
I'm sure Joanne and Bill will enjoy it. Okay. So, questions, reports, successes, issues.
I finally put together just a rough sketch of the steps and bending, stretching, twisting, weight shifts, open, closing, and no, I'm not there yet, but it helped. It kind of helped me to kind of, and I think having that in that kind of an order, it kind of made me feel like there was, it helped me to see the flow of it.
Mm-hmm.
Where where, you know, your energy opening up, you're more on your toes, going down into the earth, you're more on your heels. I think I'm right with that. I should pass that list by you to make sure that I've got it correct.
Well, it's still on the video.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've just got to go back and see the videos.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the videos. I've just been going by the notes.
Yeah, and I haven't
So.
given you, by choice actually, in this case, I decided not to give you all the notes on all the movements.
Okay.
Because I think, well, number of reasons. But, so do you have any questions about that? I mean, do you want me to go over anything?
No, I think the way it helped me to kind of see it in a different way by doing that, and helped me to feel how I was moving things. I think the only one was 2 to 3, feeling the shifts of opening and closing there. I think that was where I still had a few questions. Everything else kind of flowed. And then when I was doing it, when I put the notes away and just started doing it, I could kind of feel a little bit of it, so I'm not sure.
So, one of the problems is that it takes us a while to really get the opening in two. Well, at least it took me a while. So, one of the things to think about is that we were talking about the fact that when we open, we're thinking about opening in two directions.
Mm-hmm.
So, in one, you're opening vertically. So everything is going out. And notice that when I do that, my fingers and hands are going out. They are not doing this. Okay? That happens after you have gone here and you continue out. Now the hands spread. The elbows have to keep that extension going. The extension from here is easy, and the problem is we tend to get all the way extended and then we have no place to go. So you have to remember that 2 is also extending. And so you get to here, and now there is a continued extension. And one of the things here is to be aware that now not only have the appendages opened horizontally, but the body opens horizontally. And in particular, you really want to be aware of that breathing into the sides and eventually the back. Because at this point, that's what's happening. The ribs are separating. That breathing is going right on into the ribs. And then you're beginning to close. And that's easy if you have fully opened to go into that close. Well, easy. I use that word in quotes, but do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. And seeing you do that makes huge difference.
So that is really, and one of the things that two things I wanted to mention, and I will take any questions you have too.
No, this is helping, so this is good.
That is one, that the practice begins here. So as soon as you begin to step, you have begun the practice. And one of the things that I recommend you try to incorporate if you have time is that you come into your basic structure and you stay there for a while. Don't rush. Let yourself really settle into that. Feel all the alignments, feel the breathing, really, and then ideally allow yourself to maintain that and sink into as complete stillness as you can. Going back to Wu Ji, to that, and then when you feel the energy say move, then you move. Then you move. So take the time there. And the other thing is also to remember, and we can't, for instance, we don't usually do this in class because we don't have time. But remember that one of the things we want to try to do is, as we do that final movement, we don't want to open the hands. We want to time that whole movement in whatever way your body manages to release the hands. And so it may take several breaths. It may take a while. The first time usually is the longest, and it will gradually get quicker. And I recognize you can't do that every time, but you really should try to do it once in a while to really feel that release. Because it is related to the release you're trying to achieve in the meditation. Do you have questions?
No question at this time, David. Just the comment that when Linda said she did a list, I haven't really done a list, but I did chart the forward and the heel, the toe, because I'm finding that it's really working the way we're layering. So I feel like I had the breathing down pretty well. I had the twisting, so this was another layer.
Yep.
But what happens when I concentrate on that, I don't concentrate on the other things. So I can see where it really is a good practice to get them solid before adding another piece onto it, because you can lose it.
Yep.
So,
Absolutely. So that's good. And the weight shift, learning to use the weight shift is really helpful. This is obviously not a class where we're doing a Tai Chi form, but that change in pressure on the foot, on the feet, is extremely important in Tai Chi, and in all the other kinds of all the other forms of Qigong that we do. So, what I'd like you, what are we doing? We're talking this class away. So I'm going to suggest you not do quite as much heaven and earth as I had originally planned, which is fine. I'm not upset about that. But why don't you stand and do 6 repetitions? To do I see progress. Couple of things I might mention. One, we haven't worked on the spine bend. And one of the things to be aware of about that, because it is an important part of this, all movements, this one in particular, but that you are bending from the middle of the spine. This is not like the Taoist spine stretch where you are bending from the bottom. So it is very different in that it is both the sacrum and the neck are bending together in relationship to each other and straightening. So it's not with the Taoist spine stretch. Of course, we started at the bottom and worked up, and the sacrum stays constantly pointing straight down. With bend the bow and shoot the arrow, the sacrum bends in slightly. So I'm going to mention that, but I'm not going to get deeply into it at the moment because that's another whole class. So good. I encourage you to remember that what I refer to as transition is like an extra movement. It is that bend and twist in, and it is an inhale and exhale. So, but it can be at whatever pace you choose to make it. But you do need to do it because you do need for it to be an inhale and an exhale, because you're going to come up in an inhale all the way through. Again, be sure that in 3 you continue to sink. You're going down, 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 now, up, 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 up. That seemed to be a little shifting there. And I think that's all I'm going to say about it at the moment. Questions, either one of you?
Is the curve, are you talking about the C curve? Is that the C curve?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't burden you with the Chinese, but the actual translation is bend the bow and shoot the arrow,
Yeah.
which makes perfect sense when you think about you're using the spine in that way. You're bending the bow and you're shooting the arrow. Yeah. Okay?
Mm.
So sit down. I want to just say a few words here. So in order to feel the qi directly, you must become open and sensitive to its subtlety. You have to become sung, Chinese word, in order to dissolve conditions or blockages, or sink your qi. Sung means a complete release, a complete letting go, until holding of any kind is released by a complete sense of openness, space, and comfort. Sinking and dissolving are not the same thing. Sinking your qi is a concrete, unambiguously felt internal release. It begins wherever your mind focuses inside your body, travels downward, and finishes either in your lower dantian or at the bottom of your feet or into the earth. The feeling of letting go physically should be eventually accompanied by a definite physical feeling of a downward wave inside your body. Some physical signs of sinking your chi are one, the breathing relaxes. Although the breath and chi are not the same thing, they are closely related. As you become able to sink your chi, the breath becomes soft and silent. Second, sinking the chi through an alignment, particularly one that is not quite right, allows that place to go soon so that the alignment will be easier to adjust and maintain. And 3, muscles will soften and joints expand as you sink your chi. And 4, when you can sink your chi into your feet, they may become very hot. The inside of your body feels increasingly wet. So chi moves like fluid in your body. So as the chi sinks more freely in your body, the fluids will move more freely as well, resulting in a feeling of wetness inside your body. The dissolving is the process of fully releasing blocked energy, described by the Taoist process ice to water and water to gas. The outward dissolving requires that you work directly with your chi. You can sink your chi without dissolving it. However, you cannot dissolve your chi without also seeking it to some degree. Dissolving is subtle, since it works directly with the chi. Sinking initially works with physical sensations. Sinking builds on the awareness of the physical sensations in your body, leading to direct awareness of the chi. This leads to recognizing and directly dissolving blockages of chi during the dissolving process. So eventually, sinking and dissolving will become one seamless process. Dissolving requires that you replace energetic blockages, that you release energetic blockages out to the natural boundary of your etheric body, or aura. So dissolving releases not only downward, but also outward chi movement. The energy that is released assumes a natural state and recycles back to you as energy that your physical body can adapt for its ongoing needs. Let me pause for a moment there. Do either of you have a question about any of that? Okay. So I want us just to sit and meditate for a little bit today and begin to try to work on outward dissolving. And that does indicate that eventually we will be working on inward dissolving. That's a stage that will come in a while. So I want to quickly go through the process that we're doing. Outer dissolving is our focus at the moment. So when you begin, we start at the crown of the head, focusing on Bai Hui, that point at the very top of the head. Do either of you not know where Bai Hui is? Okay. So you want to start with feeling Bai Hui and feeling if you feel any sense of a blockage or decrease in the flow of the energy. And you would endeavor to allow it to relax with ice to water. And when you get any kind of sensation of relaxation, of letting go, then you would do water to ice, water to, ooh, good David, water to gas, and endeavor to fully release that outside of the body. If at any point when you're working on relaxing or releasing a point, you feel that it's just never going to let go at the moment, then you don't stay there and struggle with it. You let that energy flow on to the next blockage that you find. Now, if you are working down the body, let's say that you came down and the next blockage you found was in your right eye, and you managed to, in this case, you managed to release that blockage, which probably goes into the optic nerve. You would then work first around the body at that level and see if you feel any other blockages at that level before you sink further. And so that's how you would work down the body. You want to go around front, sides, and back, and just feel. And not that you're going to feel something every place. And your awareness, your ability to be aware of what one of the four conditions feels like grows with practice. Don't berate yourself if you feel like you're not feeling what you ought to feel at the moment, which is ridiculous. You feel what you feel. And you want to work downward and go on down to the Dantian. And if you still have time to continue meditating, you would go back to Bai Hui first and work back down the body. At this point, you would not ever go upward. I would just say upward dissolving exists, but it is something we don't get to for quite a while. I will say it appears in the study of the God's plane in the clouds, which is the most advanced Qigong practice in this particular sequence of training. So, any questions? Okay. So, let's sit for a little bit. And for once I will not talk. So you can concentrate on your dissolving. So closing your eyes and being very aware of your structure. You want to be straight. You particularly want the back straight and a sense of the head lifted, but without stress or strain. Feet flat on the floor. And you do want to make sure that you don't allow yourself to collapse at any point, particularly the midriff and the qua are both areas where when we're sitting we sometimes tend to collapse. We want to keep those open so the energy can flow through there. And feeling through your stages of longevity breathing, whatever level you can do without effort. Then take your attention to the top of your head, to Bai Hui, and begin. in all benefit gained from this practice, out to help all the sentient creatures of the universe. Any last minute thoughts or questions? I will talk more about the closing next time. To clarify some things about that. Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You have warmed my heart.
It's nice when we're together, you know, in
Oh.
person. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, the energy in person is different than on Zoom.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But I do appreciate that you do it on Zoom. That,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness, yeah. Because I am able to make almost all the classes, which I would not be able to do, if we didn't offer that option.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
It is a wonderful thing to have so that it can take care of that need, because I'm here, but everyone else has to either come here or attend on Zoom, and so it gives you an option that makes it possible when things get in the way.
Yeah.
I'm not around the corner, I understand.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up when I was away. Going through the notes is one thing, but my computer was acting up and I wasn't able to look at a lot of the videos. So, but that's where I realized that's an essential part of catching up.
Helps.
So it does.
It
It's
really
good
is
to have it. Yes, this is so much better.
It is.
I agree.
I love having you here. And we probably won't see much of Joanne here in this class because she often comes on Wednesdays to the advanced gods and advanced woo long form. So I often see her on Wednesday, and I have several people who are doing a few people who are doing two classes, and usually they attend one,
Yeah.
but not both. So, unfortunately, we may not have Joanne here very often. So,
Well, she's with us on Zoom in spirit, so.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
And Bill also, so please do.
Oh, I will
Yeah.
tell him that
Yeah.
I will convey your needs.
Yeah.
Because I need to talk to him. I have I have another doctor appointment getting in the way of his Monday class, so I need to call him. He doesn't do texting at all, and he sometimes misses email, so the only way to really get to him is to call.
Yeah, that's a sure word.
Yeah,
Do you wanna stop the recording?
I do.
Yeah, thinking.
Thank you for reminding
Yes.
me.